years ago, and Iran Barkley coming into the arena now. He suffered a detached retina some years ago, had surgery, and the media in this town has been a little tough on him, rough on him about that surgery. Should he quit boxing? Should he continue to fight? But he apparently wants to, and he is back. He's an aggressive fighter. The thing about Barkley that you want to keep in mind as this fight unfolds tonight is that Barkley is very aggressive and tough. He is dangerous. Some people feel that he is near the end of his career, but he is ever dangerous, and he is a charging, hard-hitting fighter with a lot of guts. He's tough, and he has a very good left hook. He showed that in his fights with Darrin and with Michael Nunn and Nigel Benn. There he is. Iran, the Blade Barkley, who is from New York City, 27-7, 16 knockouts. He stands 6'1", he's 31 years of age. And this has to be a key, pivotal fight for him. If he were to lose here tonight, I would think that his career is over. But then there are many, many fighters in this business who hang on in the months to come. We would not like to see the former world champion, however, just become a so-called opponent. He's got a great opportunity tonight. Now we look down the hallway as Darrin Van Horn is about ready to enter the Paramount Arena. His record, 47-2, as we said, started very early in the professional ranks. College student, and he said earlier today, he said, you know, I'm a two-time world champion, but I get no respect. Fighters just do not respect me at all. And he said, I have to admit that when I was a junior middleweight, I may have lacked some power. But now that I'm a super middleweight, I have a lot more power and I can box. I think about what I'm doing in the ring. I can make adjustments while other fighters lose their game plan, can't make adjustments. The thing that has been successful for me is that I can adjust. I can come up with different game plan in the middle of a fight if I have to, and I can stick with it, and I don't care if I'm not respected as a world champion. I certainly don't get the recognition I deserve, but tonight possibly I will. 23 years of age, Barkley 31, and they are fairly even in height. I would say Van Horn is taller than 5'11". When you stand and talk with him, he appears to be a good 6'1". Average punches per round in their career. And you see the edge goes to Barkley. Barkley can be very, very dangerous to a fighter like Van Horn. Average jabs per round. And again, the edge goes to Iran Barkley. So the way it matches up tonight is Iran Barkley, a hard-charging, aggressive, tough fighter, will probably go directly after Van Horn. He'll go for him. Here's the International Boxing Federation rules. 10-point must, no standing 8, no 3 knockdown rule, cannot be saved by the bell in any round. The doctor and the ref can stop the fight. And there's Iran Barkley, who hails from the Bronx here in Manhattan, has a big following tonight. And he has fought here before in the old Felt Forum at Madison Square Garden. In fact, he attempted to win a world title here in October of 1987. Darrin Van Horn came in looking a little uptight. And here's the official announcement from Michael Buckley.
And Cedric Kushner Productions presents the featured bout of the evening. This bout is sanctioned by the New York State Athletic Commission, Chairman Randy Gordon, Commissioners Rose Trenton and Herb Washington, Executive Deputy Commissioner Richard S. Herring, Chief Medical Officer at ringside Dr. Barry Jordan, attending physicians Dr. Rufus Sadler and Dr. William Lathan, the timekeeper Cecilio Pedraja. This bout is also sanctioned by the International Boxing Federation, President Robert W. Lee, Supervisor at ringside Robert W. Lee, Jr. The judges assigned to ringside who will score this bout on a 10-point must system are John Stewart, Barbara Perez, and Nick Cimino. And when the bell rings, the man in charge of the action, referee Arthur Mercanti. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the beautiful new Paramount, here in New York City's Madison Square Garden, let's get ready to rumble! 12 rounds of boxing for the IBF Super Middleweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black trunks with red trim, weighing an even 168 pounds. His record 27-7, 16 KOs. He's from the Bronx in New York City. Tonight, he's the challenger. Ladies and gentlemen, a former middleweight champion of the world, Darrin, Barkley. And across the ring in the blue corner, his opponent, wearing the white trunks with blue letters and weighing an even 167 pounds. This two-time world champion has a professional record with 47 victories, only 2 defeats, 27 KOs. From Lexington, Kentucky, ladies and gentlemen, the IBF Super Middleweight Champion, Darrin, Schoolboy,
Come on now. Good evening, play. Schoolboy. You both received the rules earlier in the dressing room. I expect you to obey these rules. Let's have a nice, clean fight. Touch gloves. Good luck to the both of you. Touch gloves.
And we are ready to roll here. 12 rounds. Darrin Van Horn in defense of his IBF Super Middleweight title that he won last night from Lindell Holmes. Van Horn at just 23 years of age against the veteran Barkley, who needs a good showing here tonight. His career could be very close to ending if he should lose, particularly in stunning fashion early in this fight. And we'll see if Van Horn does what he said he would do earlier today. He takes a left from Barkley. That got his attention. Barkley threw a little left hook at Van Horn on the jaw, and his eyes rolled for a second, and that brought the crowd to its feet. Darrin Van Horn says, I can adjust. He knows Barkley's going to come at him. Barkley can't waste time in this fight. He's a veteran. He's had eye problems. He didn't fight for a year. Came back last year with just 2 fights against unheralded fighters. And here he is fighting for a world title. 2 minutes remaining in round 1, and he got this shot by mere chance. He happened to be in a boxing promoter's office when a call came in wanting an opponent for Van Horn. This is not a mandatory fight, of course, for Van Horn. Van Horn was looking for a fight, and Barkley happened to be in the right place at the right time in the promoter's office. He lands that left hook again, and so here he is in the ring fighting for the IBF title. 1:30 remaining in this first round. He held the middleweight title in 1988 when he stunned Thomas Hearns. And since then, there's been a lot of significant losses for world titles. Trying for the 6th time to take a world title. Van Horn now moving and jabbing more. Van Horn says if a puncher comes after him, he can box. He can jab and move. 1 minute remaining in this opening round. Arthur Mercanti Jr. is the referee in his 2nd world title fight. And of interest is the fact that his father, Arthur Mercanti Sr., has refereed 94 world title fights. So they're keeping it all in the family. And Arthur Jr. is a good one in the ring, too. He's strong and he moves quickly. Again, Barkley bounces that left hand off the right side of Van Horn's face. There it is again. Van Horn's dropping his right. And Barkley is ducking inside and scoring with that left hook. There's a right Van Horn is definitely a bit shaken. The left hook is Barkley's bread and butter punch. And he's landing it in the closing seconds of round one. Darrin Van Horn, who you see the redness on his right cheek up around his eye. And if he takes a few more of those left hooks, that right eye is going to start to close. Let's go back in that first round. There's the left. And again, we'll see some more left hands. There it is again. And that knocked Van Horn off his feet.
Good, Iran. Speed fighting. Alley fight. Good, Iran. Good, he's hurt. Good, Iran. He's hurt. Good, Iran. Good, Iran. Get the stool.
And you heard it. Iran, you're doing a good job. Second round, scheduled for 12 in defense of Darrin Van Horn's IBF super middleweight title. Van Horn's got to get cooking here, and he's taking left hands. He's taking a lot of those left hands. He's jabbing, he's trying to jab, but he's dropping his right hand. He's holding the right hand very low. And he's down. Horn is back.
3, 1, 5, 6.
He is up at 6. He is up at the count of 6. He is definitely shaken. Here's Barkley with a right and a left. Another right hand. Firing away. A good solid right, a solid left. Van Horn is going to go again. He's going to go down. And there he goes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Again, up at the count of 6. Remember, no standing 8 count. No 3 knockdown rule. Here's Barkley, left hand, straight left hand. Fouling away, firing, sensing victory. Trying to come back, rejuvenate his career. Trying to take a world title. Banging away. Van Horn taking some shots. Trying to fight back, and there he goes again. He's down for the 3rd time. And it's stopped. It's all over. It's all over. Iran Barkley in a stunning second round knockout takes the International Boxing Federation world title. And it recalls back in June of 1988 when he stopped Thomas Hearns in 3 rounds to win the middleweight title, the last time he held a world title. And he has come in here tonight. Many people felt that he would not last, that he was on the tail end of his career. He fought only twice last year. And he's making a lot of boxing promoters pretty good tonight because it was felt that he was just merely an opponent for this man who is still stunned, who has lost his IBF title. He won that title just in May of last year, so at 23 years of age, Iran Barkley is a 2-time former world champion, and he will slip to 47-3. He took some wicked shots. We saw him in the first round. Let's go back into that second round. Barkley came to play tonight. There it is again. Van Horn just kept carrying that right hand very low, not protecting himself. He's trying to jab, and there was a counter left from Barkley that put Van Horn down. Barkley looking very impressive here in the second round. He looked impressive in the first round. But again, some more action from the second round. Now sensing that Van Horn was going to go for good, he turned it on, hanging away with those lefts. Van Horn fading, hanging on, running out of time, finally down. And again, second round action. As you can see, Barkley just firing those lefts and rights. There's a solid left. That was a shot. They put him down for the second time. He got up the first two times at the count of 6. Arthur McCanny Jr. is stepping in to stop the fight after the third knockdown. Iran Barkley, what a comeback story. A fighter who appeared to be finished. Here's the official announcement.
Referee Arthur McCanny stops the bout at 1 minute and 33 seconds of the second round. The winner, he's now a 2-time world champion, the Schoolboy from New York, and new super middleweight champion of the world, Iran, the brave Barkley.
Iran Barkley, who in his 6th world title fight wins his 2nd world title. And Joe Goosen is up in the ring, and we'll go up to that interview right now. As they set it up, there's a lot of confusion in that ring, a lot of people in that ring. This stunning upset, recalling the great upset over Thomas Hearns in 1988. Let's get ready for the interview now. Up in the ring, Joe Goosen and the new champion,